What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it right now because it needs to be said. Oh, the NBA, the National Basketball Association, has done something so remarkably stupid and deliberate. I can't believe no one else has even thought about it or talked about it. But as usual, these minions that's out here only can follow one thing. If it ain't about LeBron James and the Lakers, they don't care. When you got to look in the entire hourglass to see what in the world is going on, it is clear. It is clear what is happening here. Oh, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, it's clear. Everyone can see it. The Detroit Pistons are the best team in the NBA. The OKC Thunder are no competition. Nobody's competition. They're getting waxed. OKC has a 1-game differential for best record. This was not supposed to happen, ladies and gentlemen. The Detroit Pistons were not supposed to be the best team in the NBA. This wasn't supposed to go down like this. You know what this was supposed to be? This was supposed to be a New York Knicks versus the doggone Lakers and this whole celebration of these two teams, the crowning of these two teams. The Pistons didn't even have that many televised games, national televised games. It was only the Knicks. Once Halliburton was out, then you got Tatum out. They couldn't lose Boston. They got Boston propelled up there. So what did the NBA do in a panic move? Because they can't stop what's happening in the East. And they can't stop what's happening in Detroit. They put Cade in foul trouble. They put Jaden in foul trouble when he was on the team. Now you got Jalen Duren. Now he became the number 2. We put both of them in foul trouble and Isaiah Stewart. The B unit will come in there and blow you out by 30. That's the problem. And they like, well, we can't disqualify the entire team. We can't make up calls on everybody. And we can't force the Detroit Pistons to shoot a lot of threes. It is hard to magnet ball them when they're scoring right at the rim. How can we stop the madness? That is Detroit. This team is hard as hell to beat. We tried everything tonight to give the Denver Nuggets the win, and it couldn't happen. They tried everything humanly possible tonight to give this game to the Denver Nuggets. And they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. Now, here's their problem. Their problem is they're looking at big picture. And big picture got the Knicks 5.5 games back of Detroit. They got to chop into this any way they can. Then they have the Celtics. Look, they've won 7 games in a row. And they're 5.5 games back. We've won 3. Boston's won 3. Now, here we are again, faced at a crossroads. Now, what do you say this crossroads just might be? Well, here's the news. The trade deadline is Thursday. 2 more days. And on this big day of the trade deadline, this Tuesday, do you want to know what took place? Well, let me tell you what took place. The 2026 deadline is coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern on the 5th. But the Los Angeles Clippers traded James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland? Are you crazy? Who would do a deal like that? That deal comes out of left field. James Harden for Darius Garland and a 2nd-round pick? You gave him James Harden to Cleveland. That's not a good deal in any world. On what planet is that a good deal? You gave James Harden to Cleveland right after you gave them Dennis Schroeder, Dennis the Menace, and Keon Ellis for Hunter. You gave him a powerhouse. And you don't even have to lose D. Mitch. Now Garland's gone. He's injury prone. What the Clippers would even do that trade for? And then Celtics need a big man. You give them a flex big man who can shoot threes. And Nikola Vucevic from the Bulls. And you give up Simons for him, who you barely was using anyway. And Simons coming off the bench. So you give him to the Bulls, who are now the Sacramento Bulls. Now they got a bunch of guards all over the place. We did a deal with the Pistons. I mean, the Pistons did a deal with the Bulls. Yes, that deal was done. Mm-hmm. We were with the Timberwolves. We did a deal, 3-team trade. We sent Jay Ivey and Mike Conley Jr. to the Bulls for Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric and a 2026 first-round protected pick swap from the Timberwolves to the Pistons. So now the Timberwolves luxury tax bill dropped from $24 million down to $3.8, putting them under the first apron. So now the Timberwolves can go out and get somebody else if they wanted to. So Nicolo Vujicic went to Boston for Anthony Simons and a second round pick. And they're telling me James Harden for Darius Garland and a second round pick. That's equivalent to Simons and Vujicic. Darius Garland is nowhere near the caliber of player James Harden is. That was ridiculous. Everybody's waiting to see where Giannis is gonna land if he's going somewhere. I don't care. The Grizzlies traded away Ja Morant. Sorry. No, Jaren Jackson Jr. He went to the Jazz. I mean, it was a bunch of role players like Kyle Anderson was in there, Slow Mo, Taylor Hendricks, Clayton Jr., Vince Williams, and what's his name, Landale. They got traded. Niang and all of those guys. Yes, Niang is going to Jazz. He'll fit in good there. Hmm. So, as you can see, Adam Silver's plan is to build up the other East teams, make them so unbelievably strong, and keep them under the second apron, by the way. In doing so, and I'm like, this is crazy. To stop the Detroit Pistons. Because the Detroit Pistons are they messing up the church's money. I mean, we could lose Careless Levert. I mean, I told T all the whole from the jump. I was the one that told T we had to get rid of Jay Nivey. I saw what the Detroit Pistons saw. This is why I would be a great GM. Because I saw it. It was clear as day when he went down. Oh, without a doubt. When you start talking about conditions and situations and reliability and who's reliable and how would they be reliable, you want to have your, what they say, put your best foot forward. That's what you always better do. But the thing is the players you have, no matter what players and personnel you got on the team, here's the thing. There's only one basketball. There's only one basketball. Only one person can shoot it at a time. No matter how many people that you have on a team, only one people can shoot it at this one time. It's only one ball. No matter what the names are. Can they play well as a team? Yeah, I've been on this wagon for a long time, buddy. Think I helped build the wagon, as they should. But what they saw was the growth of Jalen Duren. Once Duren had that breakout start, you started to see what was actually growing. And as you know, unfortunately, Jaden Ivey and his leg, breaking his leg, was a blessing in disguise for us, unfortunately. To me, he stifles what Cade Cunningham likes to do. They're not going to mesh well together. The two-man game between Jalen Duren and Cade enhances the team. He had to go. And Chicago is a good place for him to go and do his thing and shine. You know, Jalen, it's not like Jalen couldn't play. I mean, Jaden Ivey couldn't play, but he's quick. He's got nothing but speed. He can get to the basket quick. It's the thing is he needs the ball to go one-on-one. He's not somebody that's going to play in a system and play well off the ball. He needs to be on the ball. And that's not going to help the Pistons with another on the ball guard. See, Knicks? Now, no, Cade need to be the point. This is what makes this. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all talking about scoring all the time. No, Cade needs to be the point. As you can see, he can get anything he wants, but he makes the team dangerous when he is a passer. Now you got Tobias Harris can go back to doing what he do. This is why Tobias Harris is playing so well with us, because of the system we play. We let you flourish at what you're good at. You like those little elbow jump shots from over there? Fine. That'll be great for you to take down the stretch of a quarter or half. Fine, because they worried about Cade and Duren. Not worried about Tobias Harris. So he can easily take those shots and hit them. And as the Pistons were getting better last year, this year they came in knowing that they were better than everybody. And they start waxing everybody. I mean, they're beating teams by the blowouts more than they OKC. 30, 40s, 50s. We almost had a 60-point blowout. We're not playing around with teams. So Adam Silver has to try to stack the deck because the East is like a mess. So he's got to improve Boston and Cleveland fast to try to stop the Pistons. The Pistons are in first place by a mile. This wasn't supposed to happen. Third, fourth. That's where they had us. That's where they want us. They want us in that fourth, fifth slot. We're like, huh? Fourth, fifth to who? These bums? The Knicks better than us? Cleveland's better than us? Boston's better than us? Nah. So what do? Here they are giving up players. James Harden goes for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. James Harden, the man who's been either MVP or number 2 for like 7 straight years. What are we doing here? James Harden, the guy that helped lead the team back in playoff contention for the Clippers when they were about to be out of it completely, they've now crawled themselves back into position. And what do? We sit here and glaze how well Kawhi and James was playing. And all of a sudden, boom, James is getting traded. He requested a trade to go to Cleveland? Who? Wait, first of all, who gets traded and want to go to Cleveland? Nobody. Who in the hell would want to go to Cleveland? That's where teams and players go to rot. That's like saying you going to Utah. You be Utah. Oh God, no. Who goes to the Pistons? People that want to win. Now, dude, you can't say the Pistons is always going to be ass and you got Brooklyn in your name. Basketball in New York should not even be mentioned in the same sentence when it comes to NBA. James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. Man, they got a whip though. They got Dennis Schroeder as the backup. So they bench is even stronger. And Dennis knows everything that we like to do. That's why I was glad he was in the West and we only had to see him twice. Now I got to see some more of Dennis. I think it's a problem when you have a general manager who's pretty much a commissioner, rather, who's pretty much determined on trying to alter our reality rather than to follow the traditional ways. I think he's with the warped reality world. Harden could play with any team. It won't hurt Spider's game. It would only enhance it because now he's playing with someone who's a bona fide threat to score and pass. I'm not worried about Boston. I was always concerned about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hmm. They've always been against the Pistons. It's everybody against the Pistons. The nasty boys. They all are against the Pistons. They see what's coming. They don't know how to stop this. See, it's hard to rig a game when the third string can beat your other team's first team. Our 12th man can score 20 and 12. You have no answer. And we just got Kevin Herter, which is better for us. Kevin Herter can score and he's white. And he can pass, defend, he can finish at the rim. That's what we need. And he can play off the ball. All things that we need. Mm-hmm. I know the Knicks just need. See, that's the problem with New Yorkers. They argue. They don't even have to have a point, and they ain't gonna never be right. They just like to argue. No, New York and Brooklyn, New Yorkers just like to argue. Period. They love it. Everything got to be an argument. It don't even. It could be like, oh, come on, man. It'd be like, dog. This look. The sun is shining. It's 3 in the afternoon. The sun is out. The sun is out when I say it's out, son. I don't see it shining. It's clouds and shit. How you know? You just assume. You ain't even looked outside. You just looked at your watch and said, okay, it's 3 in the afternoon. That don't automatically mean the sun is shining. Somewhere it's dark in the world. So you don't know shit. I'll be like, dog, look, I'm not here to argue with you. We know, we get it. You from New York, y'all lose all the time, and y'all just walking around angry. You're angry, you live in a sewer city, and it stinks. It smells like trash that came from Jersey because Jersey is a dump site, and so is New York. You put your garbage out in front of your house. You have no alleys. Everybody just jammed up like sardines in a can. And y'all need space. Y'all talk to each other like this, get all in your face. You know what I'm saying, son? Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You feel me, right? You feel me. I'll be mad if you don't get the hell up out of my face. Dog, we don't have it's an unspoken rule around the whole rest of the United States. You don't need to be that close to somebody's face. We're not fighting for the title. Okay? I don't need you this far up in my grill. Stay within arm distance over there. What's up, Uncle Claus? Stay in arm's distance right there. You do not need to come and impede further. Stay there. I can hear you screaming. I don't know why New Yorkers gotta scream all day, but they just scream, and the closer they get, the louder they get. What you mean? New York, y'all already know the place is a dump site. What are you talking about? New Yorkers come to Chicago and go, wow. So this is Chicago. Just feel like it's a lot of space. Everybody not all up on each other. This isn't normal. I'll be like, I know. What's that I'm breathing? It's called air. It's called air. Man, it's different. I know you can't smell rat when you inhale and trash. I need an oxygen mask if I go to New York. There's only one thing worse than New York: Jersey. I'm never going back to Jersey. Y'all can have Jersey. Woo! Y'all can have Jersey. You wonder why everybody in New York is going to North Carolina? Yeah, that's why they all going to North Carolina. They're escaping the sewers of New York. They like, I gotta get out of this place. North Carolina got all that country air. Yeah, I can breathe, get on the porch. He said you have Westchester County and Long Island. See, there's more to New York than the city. Yeah, you're right. I need to get out there because I definitely wouldn't live in none of them boroughs. I wouldn't be in Brooklyn. I wouldn't be in Queens. I wouldn't be nowhere in any of those boroughs. No way. Oh no, they don't just always call somebody son. It'd be you know what I'm saying, God? Yeah, knowledge born. True story. True story, God. Yeah, true story. Detroit gave you the automobile, the P-51 Mustang fighter plane. World War II is not for Detroit, USA. You will be speaking German and Japanese. Tell them about it. Tell them, baby. Oh, we could do them even better. We could do one even better. If it wasn't for the Detroit Pistons, none of you teams would be anywhere. We are the trendsetters. All of y'all is copying us. You see these hats? They wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the Pistons. Y'all didn't know what a city jersey is. You ever seen the Detroit Pistons? We created the city jerseys. We were staying in five-star hotels. Who was the first team with a plane? It wasn't the Lakers or Celtics. They were still flying commercial. We didn't have no rings, and our owner bought a plane for us. Trendsetter. We were staying in the five-star hotels when y'all was staying at the damn Hilton. They were like, man, why are they staying there? We were staying in five-star hotels, and we had no championships. We were selling out the largest to watch a game. 63,000 people were filling the Silverdome to watch the Pistons play. That's 63,000 people showing up to watch to watch a basketball game. That's right, round ball one. New York is better than LA. I don't ever want to go to LA. They can have that too. I like the vibe in New York, like the culture, because it's everybody in New York. It's like everybody, different cultures. You can learn everything. That's the only thing in New York that's worth it. Right. Black beat writers for teams. We were the first team to have a black beat writer that traveled with the team. Pistons. We fought for that. Nelson Mandela, first time in the United States. Where did he go? Detroit. Who met him? He walked around in a Piston jersey. Detroit. He had a Piston jacket on. No, I'm not from Detroit, but I am a Piston fan. Pauls, maybe you don't really understand or know why I am a Piston fan. Everybody in the chat pretty much know why I'm a Piston fan. The greatest player that ever touched a basketball is from Chicago, Illinois, but he played for the Detroit Pistons. Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III. Detroit fought for the black rights more than any city. That's true. We the ones that fought the NBA. We banned the NBA. We boycotted our own league because they didn't like the way we were playing. We were the bad boys. We brought a whole new audience to the game that liked the way that we had swag. So we said, okay, we not wearing your colors then. We got a box from the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders sent the Detroit Pistons jerseys and jackets and hoodies. Al Davis, the gangster, said, man, I sued the NFL. I'm riding with y'all against the NBA. And we start wearing Raiders gear. No NBA teams got the balls to ever do something like that to the league. And this is when David Stern was there. Mm-hmm. We became the Detroit Raiders.
Use it to our advantage.
See? We became the Detroit Raiders.
Or it's going to hinder us severely.
We like the Oakland Raiders. So Al Davis sent us gear.
It takes.
Just win, baby. Look at Al, the gangster. You see that? Look at that. Crowning glories. They sent us the brochure, how to win the championship. The Raiders.
Of the silver and black.
The silver and black.
Excellence.
Nobody likes us. So I guess we figure, hey, we might as well be. Everybody says we were the Raiders. I don't mind being a Raider, of the NBA.
Oh, I kind of like that. At least we've been recognized for something.
Boom. The Detroit Raiders. Just win, baby. And now you can get those jerseys. That was the back-to-back theme song. The back-to-back theme song was Can't Touch This. Because it was Hammer Time. Back-to-back. Hammer Time. No, we had our own rap song. Nobody in there ever had a rap song and won a championship. Everybody wanted to copy the Detroit Pistons. We had a rap song. Doing It Again was our theme song. Do it, Detroit. Keep the crowd rolling. To New York, Chicago, to Portland. Pump it up, baby. This jam for you. Show the world what the real bad boys can do. We swept the Lakers in 4. Now we back to take the title was more. Victory is sweet, the scores don't lie, and the refs don't cheat. Yeah, we're the Pistons. Yeah, we love comp. Bring on the best and watch them get stomped by the world champions. #1 in Detroit. We get the job done. We slam dunk. We play to win. And after this year, we gonna do it again. Yeah. Jump ball, tip to Isaiah, superstar all around player. Fake the pass, under Zach, boom, and give it to Joe straight for 2. Only God knows. Benny Johnson, the microwave, heats up the court, he'll burn you for days. Lambeer is a money pack guarantee. A killer in the paint, hit man for 3. Then we got Spider, sliding, blocking shots, knocking it to the next man. Dumas dropping the bombs. Star Wars, 3-pointers galore. Aguirre's on fire, Rodman on D. Edwards is the center, throw it down for me. We'll slam, dunk. You know you can't touch this back to back. You about to get dusted. Doing it one more time, the Detroit Pistons. Hey! Bad boys. Hey, man, we had our own song. Pump it up. Pistons, pump it up. Hey, man, the Detroit Pistons got their own song. What's the Knicks song? Nothing. Nothing. And they building up. Hey, the Knicks got to worry about Cleveland and Boston even more now. So they think they stopping Detroit. It's not gonna work. Adam Silver, you can put Superman, put LeBron back in the East if you want to do it. We don't care. You're not stopping it. They're beating the fix. And the reason that they're beating the fix is because they're not shooting 1,000 damn threes. It's hard to stop a team that's at the rim and they destroying everything. You can't stop Cade. Who's going to guard him? He's too tall for your point guard. He can see over everything. He can dribble and get to where he wants, and he's a threat to shoot. He can set up everyone else. Then we have the best defensive player in the NBA on our team. Beef stew. No player in the history, nobody in the history is holding people down. You're not scoring on Beef stew. When he's guarding you, he's shutting people down. Blocking shots at the rim. Nobody gets their shot blocked more. coming towards that rim, you running in the beef stew, that's it. It's up out of there. I know sometimes I do get kind of passionate when talking about the greatest team in the history of professional sports. But yes, I do feel that way. I do feel at times we have not done enough to push the envelope. And that might fall on us. Just a bit. Just a bit. We're more of a threat to come out the East than the Cavs. Of course, we're more of a threat. We're the number one team in the NBA. Of course, we're more of a threat. What gave it away? Our record? Of course, we're a threat to come out the East. We've beaten everybody in the NBA except for OKC. Line their asses up. They're the only ones that didn't get the smoke yet. Man, that's what I told you. They did everything they could to try to give Denver the game tonight, and it didn't work. Cavs, Pistons, Eastern Conference Finals. Hey, works for me. I just don't think they can stop us 4 times. I don't see a team that could beat the Pistons 4 times. There's never been a team, even our team, when we were winning championships, we were 10 deep. 10 deep. The Pistons, they go 12 deep. We were 10 deep. I'm not. It was a necessary. It was a necessary departure. Ivy was going to want to come back to his starting position. That would have killed the team. He's got to go. I wanted to have Kobe White. I would have rather had Kobe White on the team than Herter, but Herter fits. When you're the number one team, you don't want to have somebody in there that's going to break chemistry. Now you saved a lot of money by getting rid of Jaden Ivey. That saved you money, and you are in a better position. Now Cade has proven The two-man game with him and Duran works a lot better than when Jaden Ivey's in the game with Cade. I did not like that dynamic. And I told T this when it was happening. I'm like, Ivey's good. It's not about him being good. It's not a good mesh. That's not the kind of guard that need to be playing with him. Jaden Ivey needs the ball. And he needs the ball to create, to go. When he don't have the ball, he's waiting for the ball. That's it. He's not doing anything. He's not really moving, cutting, setting screens, picks. You let him go to a team like the Bulls where that's all he got to do. He didn't fit. He didn't fit the system. When Duran came back and the team was rolling, when they were running practices, JB saw what I saw in the game. I saw it before he got hurt. I was sitting here telling T, we don't need him. He's got to go. Even though the Pistons was rolling, as T was saying, T was like, nah, we rolling right now. We've been on this West Coast trip on a tear. Nobody watched the Pistons. I watched the Pistons. You watched the Pistons. You watched us beat the shit out of the Knicks, right? Bet you watched that though, didn't you? Duran didn't even play against you. Bet you watched that, didn't you? I bet you're scared now, ain't you? The small market team. Small market team with 3 world championships. Been to 5 NBA finals. Got robbed out of one and we gave up the other. Well, it's clear that we have a head coach and a GM that understands basketball. And that you don't need $300 million players to win championships. If you wait to the playoffs, it's already too fucking late. Everybody keep talking about wait to the playoffs. You're not there yet. Anything could happen. You're not in the playoffs yet. You ain't even at the All-Star break and you screaming, wait till the playoffs. The Knicks might not make the playoffs. Anything can happen. This is why you don't celebrate, even though they're the golden calf of the NBA. Oh, I hope we get you Knicks in the playoffs. I hope we get the agenda. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm starving for that agenda. You bring the New York Knicks back in there with the Detroit Pistons. We're beating them by 40 every game because your team is a bunch of bums. And everybody know they're bums. You beat the Lakers because they bums. It was bum versus bum on Sunday night. They made that the marquee game. That lets you know that the agenda is all about let's sell tickets and put it on there and promote the team, no matter if the team is dog shit. Listen to what Kobe says.
Now, I think
So are you saying you don't think James Harden and the Rockets, as constructed, can win a title?
not with this style of play, it won't win.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not a fan of in terms of winning championships. I don't think that style is ever going to win championships. But at the same time, you have to keep your team's head above water to win games. So you have to do what you have to do to win games. And he's doing that, right? Now, I think
So are you saying you don't think James Harden and the Rockets, as constructed, can win a title?
not with this style of play, it won't win.
Look, Jalen Brunson plays the same way. The Knicks won't win. You can't win playing that way. Bumson had 12 points and 13 assists. They gave him a pat on the back. Cade Cunningham been doing that all season. The same day y'all praising him for getting 12 assists, 13 assists, Cade had 12. It's like, what you glazing? Shamit won the game off the bench with like 20 plus points. They put the microphone in front of this butterball like he won the game for them. Because that's the agenda. They're trying to manufacture superstars out of role players. It proved that night that this bum, Brunson, is a role player, but they have no stars in New York, and they need stars in New York. So now they got to force feed you this bum named Brunson. From Libertyville. Everybody be like, man, Brunson's from around the corner from you, Cino. You should be rooting for him. He went to school with my cousin, and my cousin don't like him. I don't like him. F him. I don't like his dog. His wife done him. Exactly. Cade is averaging 10 assists a game. You got a guy who's averaging about 3 or 4 a game. A starting point guard is not in today's league. Well, they just not hitting their shots. That's because you're not being a good point guard. They were hitting. He wasn't even passing them the ball. He was just basically inbounding the ball to them. And they would pull up and shoot. That's not difficult. That's not really an assist to me. You just pass a guy a ball, and then he catch it and pull up and shoot and hit a 3. And he's like, whoa, look at all the assists he's getting. Yeah, it's just pull-up shot. He just gave him the ball. That's it. You didn't do anything smart in the play. You didn't set something up to hit somebody when they was open. You ain't do anything to get them open. See, this is what we mean by point guard play. Y'all look at statistics. How did he get the 13 assists? They were the most basic goddamn assists in history. It was just like, here. That's not what we're talking about when we're talking about point guard. And actually, like what Jason Kidd do, what Isaiah did, things like what Cade is doing. He's not just, here you go. And the guy pull up and shoot. That's nah. He's actually pick and roll, get to the lane, got the guy cutting to the rim, throwing the alley-oops. He's finding the guy, bounce pad, boom. He's throwing the balls in traffic. He's manipulating the defense, making guys rotate left and right. They don't know where to go. That's what the point guard is supposed to do. And if there's no action there, he can score himself. That's the difference. Who cares, clown? You're right. That's why. Right there. Who cares, clown? Obviously, you don't. And that's why you don't win. You be right here next year. Yo, man, we almost had it. Everybody didn't go down hurt. We would have had it. We got to get rid of Mike Brown. It's never Brunson's fault. Al Brunson is the best point guard and Cade Cunningham is better than him. Getting swept. They shouldn't even. The Knicks is finna go on another losing streak. They finna get ready. They headed for another slide. On Friday, they got to play Detroit. And we will be going live for the game, too, in case you want to swing by. Yeah, swing by. You know, swing by. Yeah, swing by. Swing by. You do that. Swing by. We'll be live for the whole ride. Y'all can be right here in this chat. Zeno get the money. Well, I'm going to go back and watch Wonder Man. I was watching Wonder Man and stuff. And don't forget to go to my Patreon. We got a lot of stuff on there. News, updates, sports, entertainment, the Jay-Z news. Everything's over there. It's kicking off. And good night. Detroit basketball!